Hello friends, this is Pam, and welcome to the reading of the Times Reporter newspaper for this Friday, April 10th, 2020. We begin today's reading with area deaths. Dorothy Edna Knotts, 85 of Dover, died Tuesday in Union Hospital at Dover following a period of declining health. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, services will be private, and Dorothy will be laid to rest next to William in Ridgecrest Memory Garden at Dover. The Lynn Hurt Geib Funeral Home and Crematory is handling arrangements. Cindy Miser, 55, of Mineral City, died Monday in Altman Hospital at Canton. There will be a private graveside service in New Cumberland Cemetery. The Lynn Hurt Geib Funeral Home and Crematory at New Philadelphia is handling the arrangements. This concludes the area death notices for Friday, April 10th. Let's take a look at our first article. Tuscarawas County churches turn to technology, innovative ideas to get their message out, by John Baker, TimesReporter.com staff writer. For generations, Christians in Tuscarawas County have packed churches on Easter Sunday to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ, but that won't be possible this year because of the coronavirus pandemic. Most churches haven't held traditional services since the middle of March. This is all new for all of us, says John Wallace, pastor of Dover First Moravian Church. Most of us have never experienced anything similar to this whatsoever. We've had other disasters come through, but you get together and help each other out. This idea of not being together is so contrary to what the church is about. All Christians are about gathering in community and celebrating community. That's very hard. But area churches have risen to the challenge by using innovative ideas and modern technology to minister to the members of their congregations. The Moravian churches of Gnadenhutten, Uhrichsville, and Fries Valley post weekly services on YouTube. Dover First Christian Church broadcasts services each Sunday on Facebook. The Authentic Church in New Philadelphia holds Saturday night services online. Other congregations will gather together this Sunday while still maintaining social distancing. Both the Dover Baptist Temple and Uhrichsville First United Methodist Church are planning drive-in Easter services. The Rush Community Church of the Nazarene near Gnadenhutten has been holding drive-in services since March 22. The first week, Pastor Brett Wakentine led worship from the porch of the church. Speakers were set up on the lawn, but people parked in the back of the parking lot couldn't hear what was going on. At the suggestion of a church member, the church got an FM transmitter. At the March 29 service, members of the congregation tuned their car radios to FM 104.1 to listen to the service. There were 82 people in attendance. The transmitter is half a watt, Wakentine said. It covers our little valley crystal clear. Those attending are told to stay in their vehicles and not roll down their windows. They can't talk to each other, but they still can wave. At this point, they've done a good job of keeping in their cars, Wakentine said. Just being able to see your church family brightens your week, says Carolyn Brown of Gnadenhutten, the head of the church's missionary group. It's not worship in the traditional sense, but you're still worshiping. At Dover First Moravian Church, the services are taped and then posted on the church website. Wallace said they have been taping 2 services at a time. We have one in backup if somebody gets sick. For Easter, the church sent out a packet with a letter from Wallace and a Passion Week packet. Inside the packet were symbols: a palm for Palm Sunday, a crown of thorns, and a cross of Maundy Thursday and Good Friday, and a butterfly for the Easter celebration. They're all made out of construction paper. I encourage the church members to create a little sacred spot for Holy Week and set these up, he said. This isn't the first time the church has been closed for an extended period. During the Spanish influenza of 1918, Dover First Moravian was closed from the 1st of October to the middle of December. Wallace noted that no one from the church died in that epidemic. As the coronavirus pandemic continues, Wallace says he has been sharing a message of hope and encouragement with his congregation. I keep telling people 2 things, he says. One would be God is still in charge, even in all of this disruption. He is ever present and always there. I have no doubt about that. Even though we may not be able to understand why this is all happening, there's a reason, and someday we'll know. The second thing I always try to encourage them to hold on to is their hope. Take it a day at a time. Get through the day, and then we'll look at tomorrow. You don't want to rob hope from people because that's something we need, especially in times like this. Topic: safe drive-in religious services. Health officials provide these tips for churches to keep their members safe at drive-in services. Point: ensure members remain in their own cars during drive-in services. Next point: determine the number of participants per car based on the location or parking lot size. There should be at least 6 feet between all cars. Next point: broadcast the service via car radio so members can stay in their car with the windows up. Next point: limit the number of attendees by promoting drive-in services only to current members. Next point: encourage sick members to stay home. Next point: do not allow cars to idle during the service. Participants should bring a generator or portable radio if they are concerned about battery life. The next point: serve and distribute communion with caution. If you choose to provide communion, it should be served or distributed prepackaged in an effort to limit handling. The communion package should be distributed by someone wearing gloves and covering their mouth and nose with a mask, scarf, or bandana. Limit people gathering together in close proximity, less than 6 feet, to pick up communion and/or receive communion. Next point: provide a live stream or other online worship options for members who are unable to attend. Our next article is titled "A New Age of Auditions Set at Little Theater" by Lee Elliott, TimesReporter.com correspondence. The show must go on, so the Little Theater of Tuscarawas County is planning a production while taking social distancing to a whole new level. The organization will hold auditions for its summer musical, The Little Mermaid, as scheduled, but in order to comply with Ohio's current stay-at-home orders, all auditions must be submitted by video. All auditions must be completed via video submission and will be accepted through April 19th at 9 p.m. Auditioners are highly encouraged to submit videos as early as possible, as no videos will be accepted after the deadline. Once the video is received, a confirmation email that includes an audition form to be filled out will be sent. Director Lisa M. Summers asked that each person auditioning include 32 bars of the song listed for each character or characters in which they are interested. If auditioning for more than one character, please send a video for each one. The audition songs download can be found on the theater's website. Everyone will also be required to send a dance video after viewing an online dance audition song. All roles are open with casting including middle school through adult ages. Callbacks will be held Wednesday, April 22 from 6 to 8:30 p.m. There will be both virtual and live. More details will be available to those called back. This show has many dance numbers and the music is challenging, so those who audition must be able to sing and dance, Summers said. Practices will also be held in non-traditional virtual ways. Face-to-face practices will not occur until the stay-home order is lifted. Cast members will need to be flexible. A full rehearsal schedule will be available soon. Performance dates will tentatively be set for July 10, 11, 12, 17, 18, 19, 24, 25, and 26. Evening show times are at 7:30 p.m., with Sunday matinees beginning at 2:30 p.m. Summers will be assisted by Pat Potter and music director Micah Carrick. Audition videos should be sent to SLP Summers, SOMMERS, at roadrunner.com. An email acknowledgement that the video was received and can be opened. Audition form and dance video will be sent within 24 hours. Questions should be messaged to 330-340-4055 or emailed to the director. Those interested are asked to not go to the Little Theater for auditions. The next article is titled Tuscarawas County Museums Create a Museum COVID-19 Disaster Relief Fund. Tuscarawas County is very rich in history and museums, all of which have unfortunately lost significant income due to COVID-19. In response to the generosity and willingness of the community's offer to help, Tuscarawas County Museums have joined forces to create a Tuscarawas County Museum COVID-19 Disaster Relief Fund that will enable a donor to make one contribution to help most local museums and historic sites. The fund is housed at the First National Bank of Denison, who will oversee the allocation of any funds raised. Wendy Zuckel, Executive Director of the Denison Railroad Depot Museum, created the fund with the support of John Elliser, President of the Zoar Community Foundation, and Nicholas Zeisinger, President of First National Bank. Zuckel said, "We know that museums are not first on the list. It is important that family health and healthcare employees are the top priority. But if you find yourself in a good position, able to help, and value our historic sites and the important roles they play in our communities, we invite you to assist in an unprecedented time of need." Museums closures have resulted in significant spring income loss, including general admissions and income from school tours, bus tours, spring break visits, and many planned events and important fundraisers. Elsasser added, "Our museums are very much just like other small businesses, employing local residents, buying supplies from local businesses, and adding to the economic vitality of the area. Drive-through window at any location in Denison, Gnadenhutten, Dover, and 2 locations in Philadelphia. Please mark the envelopes, Tuscarawas County Museum COVID-19 Relief Fund, as all museums participating are 501c3 nonprofit organizations. Donations are tax deductible. First National Bank has been a longtime supporter of historic sites and museums in the county, so bank personnel were happy to help set up this special fund." Zeisinger said, "We are blessed to have such a great museum in our county. They are an essential part to historic preservation. We are glad to help in this time of need." Museums participating in the Museum Relief Fund are Reeves Victorian Home and Carriage House Museum, the Age of Steam Roundhouse Museum, Historic Zoar Village, Fort Laurens Museum, Historic Schönbrunn Village, the Museum of Clay Industry and Folk Art, and the Denison Railroad Depot Museum. Zuckel said that all county museums were invited to participate, but may not have been eligible as the Museum Relief Fund requires 501c3 status, paid staff, and a specific period of open days to the public. Zuckel said there are 3 ways to financially help your local museum. In addition to this Tuscarawas County Fund, the Ohio History Connection has set up a COVID-19 Hardship Relief Fund to help OHC sites. That information can be found at https://www.ohiohistory.org/hardship fund. Checks can be mailed to the Ohio History Connection at 800 East 17th Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, 43211, with the memo Hardship Fund. Zuckel said that if a donor wants to support a participating Tuscarawas County Museum, direct donations can be sent to it using the following addresses: Reeves Victorian Home and Carriage House Museum, 325 East Iron Avenue, Dover, Ohio, 44622. Age of Steam Roundhouse Museum, P.O. Box 427, Sugar Creek, Ohio, 44681. Donations for Historic Zoar Village and Fort Laurens Museum can be mailed to P.O. Box 621, Zoar, Ohio, 44697. Donations for Historic Schönbrunn Village, the Museum of Clay Industry and Folk Art, and the Denison Railroad Depot Museum can all be sent to P.O. Box 11, Denison, Ohio, 44621. indicating in the memo which museum is to be supported by the donation. For more information on the fund, contact Wendy Zuckel at director@denisondepot.org or call 740-922-6776. Officials at all museums are hoping for a decline in the virus and eagerly looking forward to May opening, if at all possible. In the meantime, most sites are participating in active online content, which is shared daily through Facebook. Whenever museums do reopen, Zuckel said personnel will be ready and excited for visitors, hoping all county residents will put a local museum on their summer to-do lists. Our next article is titled, "Man Cited for Keeping a Thrift Store Open Despite Health Orders, New Philadelphia." A man operating a downtown thrift store is scheduled to appear Thursday in New Philadelphia Municipal Court on a charge that he violated a public health order issued in response to the global pandemic. Police served a summons Thursday on the 56-year-old because We Salute You at 173 North Broadway was open despite a state health order that non-essential businesses be closed to reduce the spread of coronavirus. The alleged violator lives in the 600 block of Ray Avenue Northeast. Next article. Tuscarawas County Public Library System to host a poetry competition. The Tuscarawas County Public Library System will host a poetry contest with the theme of hope in celebration of National Poetry Month. Poems depicting the theme of hope can be any poetic style. Entries will be accepted from students and adults in the following categories: juniors grade 2 to 3, tweens grades 4 to 6, teens grades 7 to 12, and adults age 18 and older. Contestants must reside in Tuscarawas County to enter and may enter up to 2 poems. For each category, multiple prizes will be awarded. An overall best poem from all entries will be selected to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Entries must be emailed to contests@tusklibrary.org by May 8th. Winners will be announced later. Kent State Tuscarawas awards scholarships to transfer students. Kent State University at Tuscarawas will automatically award a scholarship to any qualifying transfer student. Qualifying students will receive a transfer scholarship award of up to $1,000. To be considered for a transfer student scholarship, students must submit an application for admission online at kent.edu/tusk/apply. Official transcripts from all previous institutions must be mailed to the Office of Admissions, 330 University Drive Northeast, New Philadelphia, Ohio, 44663. Applications for the summer and fall semesters of 2020 are being accepted right now. For information, contact kent.edu/tusk. Next article, TWC postpones April events. The Wilderness Center today announced the cancellation or postponement of all events through the end of April in response to Governor Mike DeWine's extension of the stay-at-home order to May 1. TWC also announced plans to increase online educational resources, including videos, activities, crafts, and experiments tied to state standards. Community access to hiking trails will still remain available. TWC will host a virtual celebration of the 50th anniversary of Earth Day on April 22 through social media and at wildernesscenter.org. Staff will share ideas and activities to help the community to get outside enjoying nature. As part of these events, TWC has requested submissions of artwork for participation in an online gallery show with the theme of Know, Enjoy, Protect. Entrants of all ages are encouraged to submit depictions of how they know, enjoy, or protect our Earth. Submission guidelines can be found at wildernesscenter.org. The event for TWC's Earth Day celebration, originally scheduled for April 18th, have been rescheduled. The native plant celebration featuring author Doug Tallamy will be held from 1 to 7 p.m. August 22nd. The event will still include 2 lectures by Tallamy, a book signing, and a native plant sale. TWC's Tall Grass Prairie will be in full bloom in August, allowing for the programming to include nature walks identifying plants, bees, and butterflies. All previous registrations will be honored. TWC's 4th annual Wilderness Run will now be held from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. November 14. Timed 10K and 5K races and the 1-mile fun run for all ages will continue. All previous registrations will be maintained. Anyone unable to attend on the newly scheduled date should reach out to Vertical Runner Race Management of Worcester or consider gifting their registration fee as a donation to help sustain the Wilderness Center through this time. Astronomy Day. Black holes, originally scheduled for April 4, will now take place from 1 to 8 p.m. November 14. The featured speaker for the event will be Keith Riles from the University of Michigan. Riles leads the Michigan Gravitational Wave Group and is a member of the LIGO science collaboration that made the September 2015 discovery of merging black holes. The event will include displays and hands-on activities for kids. There will also be planetarium shows and, if the sky is clear, observing at the TWC Observatory. The native plant sale and gardening seminars scheduled for April 25th have been canceled. The native plant sale will be moving online. Plants can be pre-ordered online, and orders will then be available for pickup during designated drive-through times on May 1 and 2, 8 and 9, and 15 and 16. Visit wildernesscenter.org/native-plant-sale for availability and to order. For more information, contact wildernesscenter.org. New Philadelphia VFW Post 1445 provides assistance to veterans. New Philadelphia VFW Post 1445 will provide assistance to veterans and their families through the Post Veteran Assistance Program. Any local veteran who's in need of immediate short-term financial assistance during this difficult national health emergency may contact the Post for immediate assistance. Assistance includes help with a home utility bill, funds for groceries or medications, and gas money to get to medical appointments. The Post will issue store-branded debit gift cards for immediate short-term assistance without the need to submit application or formal requests. No cash may be provided. A veteran just needs to provide proof of eligibility by presenting a copy of their DD-214 with photo ID or a DVA card. Those who need assistance with a utility bill must provide a copy of the bill. The veteran does not need to be a member of the VFW. For more information, call 330-364-9973 or call 330-204-1388. Next article, St. Timothy's Episcopal Church to stream weekly Wednesday window. Andrew Bolden, choir director at St. Timothy's Church and private vocal coach, will sing at 12:30 p.m. April 15 live on Facebook in lieu of the church's regular midweek service as the stay-at-home mandate is observed. The on-screen visual will be the Good Shepherd window inspired by Psalm 23, a signed Tiffany masterpiece donated to the church by Edwin Arnold in 1915. The St. Timothy's bell will also toll in an ecumenical collaboration at 6 p.m. April 15 as a reminder that churches will still provide support while services are temporarily suspended. For more information, call 330-833-3183. And now some 30 seconds information. Come on, people. Quit being hogs and hoarding all the hand sanitizer. I haven't found a bottle in a store in 3 weeks. It should be 1 bottle per visit per customer. It's getting ridiculous. Other people need that stuff too. After reading 30 seconds on Wednesday, I just couldn't help but respond. First of all, Amy Acton is doing so much for America. I'm sure her hair is the least of her worries. The person who thinks they should be allowed to get the virus if they want to is so self-centered. You can get yourself sick if you want, but you have no right to make others sick and possibly die. Think about it. Dr. Amy is doing such a good service for the American people. I'm so grateful for that. Why would anyone criticize her about her hair? Next item. One nice thing about people staying at home more is I've got a whole lot less trash to pick up from my property. No more thrown beer bottles, beer cans, whiskey, and little wine bottles even. This is really nice. Do you have an opinion? An answering machine is on duty 24 hours a day. You can call 330-364-1939 or email opinions@timesreporter.com. Callers should speak slowly after the beep. Personal attacks, obscenities, intolerant, or biased messages are not acceptable. Well, my friends, this is Pam, and telling you this concludes the reading of the Friday, April 10th Times Reporter newspaper. I want to thank you for listening. Please be safe and make it a great day.